today we may get all spot Bitcoin ETF approvals. And here's the reason. Indirectly, not directly. It's not like the SEC today says we approve all applications and there are a ton. No, it's because today is the last day for SEC to appeal the loss that they had against Grayscale. Basically, the courts ruled that, hey, SEC, you don't have any good reason to deny Grayscale from converting their trust into an ETF. So today's the deadline. So if they're going to appeal, it's going to be today. If they don't appeal, that means they just accept the loss. And if they do, that basically means they have no good reason to deny spot Bitcoin ETFs. So that's why today is the day. If they do not file that appeal, then that means the SEC has given up and we will get spot Bitcoin ETFs. That's how important today is. You know, I didn't think it would happen, but a lot of analysts predicted that we have like a 50% chance to get one approved before the end of the year. I still think that the SEC will try to push it till March. This may be it. Okay? This may be it. And if we get it, man, that pump, that imminent pump I'm talking about, ooh, it's going to be amazing. And Bitcoin, quite frankly, is suppressed right now. It's looking for that catalyst. It's looking for that next leg up. It's looking to liquidate all those shorters. But outside of Grayscale, look at this, right? We have some of the biggest ones, including BlackRock and ARK, Wisdom Tree, Invesco, Galaxy, Fidelity, Valkyrie. I mean, there's just a lot. There are a lot of Bitcoin ETFs waiting to be approved. We'll see. The day is not over. Tonight or tomorrow, since Bitcoin's 24/7 and never sleeps, we may just check our phones and see that Bitcoin's at $40,000 or $50,000. That would be amazing. Today is also a big expiry date for options. $640 million worth will be expiring today. Now, based on past experiences, it's been a while since these expirations really make a difference on the price. Before, when I remember in 2021, 2022, we had a lot. We had a lot of, expiration dates that actually did bring on volatility. These days, not really, but still, kind of shows you the volume that we're playing with right now, despite the fact we're not even in a bull run. A normal expiration today is not even the last Friday of the month. Usually the last Friday of the month is the biggest, but even today, a midweek Friday, you're talking about $500 million of people that are just playing options right now. So, and I'm sure it's a lot more than that. It's just, that's what's expiring today. Now, as for charts, a lot of you guys love charts and patterns. A lot of people love the head and shoulders pattern. So if you look at this, that looks like there's an imminent breakdown immediately, right? Like it's going to happen because that's a textbook head and shoulders pattern. So that's what the naysayers would want you to think, except this is an inverted chart. So if it's going to break down, that means Bitcoin is going to break upwards. This is actually considered an inverse head and shoulders pattern. But it somehow just seems more real when you invert it because people just inherently, I don't know, people want to be fearful, want to believe in a FUD. So when you invert it like this, it's somehow just more believable. Like, oh my God, yeah, Bitcoin needs to go down, right? Like that has to be coming. But then you realize if you flip it upwards, it's not the same effect. But that's exactly what this is trying to show. Inverted. If this breaks down, where is it breaking down to? $70,000. That's where it's breaking down to. Okay, so this is what we have to look forward to. If we get spot Bitcoin ETF approval, are we going to pump immediately up to $70,000? Probably not immediately. But can we see $70,000 by the halving event or maybe a few months after the halving event? Sure, because that's when it gets exciting. Real exciting. We're talking about hundreds of billions of dollars flowing in to the space. And that's just the beginning. Wait until trillions flow into the space. And it will. We're barely above 1 trillion overall market cap. By the end of this cycle, we could see a 10 trillion market cap, maybe even higher. That takes a lot of money to do so. Trillions upon trillions of dollars. And if you're wondering where the trillions are coming from, well, just look around. We accrue more than $1 trillion in debt per month. And Bitcoin is not just limited to the US. Worldwide, there's a lot of money flowing around, a lot of money printers on 24/7, and a lot of money sitting on the sidelines waiting to FOMO in. There will be a lot of money flowing in, that's for sure. Now, here's another one. I mean, I could show infinite amount of charts like this and signals, right? They're all looking good. None of them look bad. The only ones that look bad is if you like shorten the time frame to maybe like 5 minutes or hour or 4 hours, and you got all these traders that'll show you like, oh my God, this is what's going to happen. I'm so smart and I'm never wrong. But, you know, 50% of the time they are. All you need to do is concentrate on the future, long term. What are you going to do? In the next few years, what are you going to do? Are you going to buy or are you going to sell or are you going to hodl, right? Figure that out. The easiest strategy is to DCA over the long haul. That's it. And there are so many. I mean, so many similarities to previous cycles. And we know the growing fundamentals that have never been better for Bitcoin. Never, ever. And as for other countries, a lot of people have asked me about Argentina. The leading candidate for president, he has a 75% chance of winning right now. At least in the polls, he's way, way, way ahead. And this guy is very, very pro-Bitcoin. Everyone in Argentina should be pro-Bitcoin because they suffer from hyperinflation. Way worse than what we suffer. Way, way worse. Okay, so they need something better. Their banking system, they can't solve it. They don't know how to stop it, right? They need the help of Bitcoin. And that's what they're going to get if this guy gets voted in, right? So that'll be absolutely fantastic. We have El Salvador already. Here's another one. Madarian, another country's president, announced the launch of Bitcoin Business Hub to foster innovation. Never heard of this country, but it's good. Prince Philip of Serbia also says Bitcoin is a technology for the future, right? So you got a lot of pro-Bitcoin leaders around the world now. They all recognize what's happening, okay? They know this is the future. Even if they truly don't believe it, they're saying it because, you know what? Quite frankly, you can't stop. You can't stop this train. It's already moving. It's an unstoppable train, freight train, and there's nothing you can do about it, okay? So you might as well embrace it. That's it. And we're seeing more and more of that around the world. And this is just the beginning. All right. And then lastly, look at this. Remember I said a lot of money on the sidelines, but even in a crypto space, a lot of money just sitting there. 10 billion USDT, 3 billion USDC. So just the number of people holding stable coins. That's a lot. A lot of people, even in this space, is waiting to FOMO. They have the cash. So even near term, for example, if we do get a spot Bitcoin ETF, a lot of that money is going to flow in immediately. People will not want to miss out on this next run.